Welcome to lesson 31, when your dream home turns into a nightmare. Now that you have your dream home, what do you do when you find that you owe more on your mortgage than your home is worth? While it may not make you feel better, know that you are not alone. It unfortunately has become all too common. So what should you do? We asked Teresa Mihalik, one of our writers and real estate broker in Orange County, California, and here is what Teresa said. First of all, don't panic. There are at least 4 options. They aren't convenient and they will hurt, but you can get out from under it with some gut-wrenching decisions and much perseverance. Number 1, if possible, hang on to it. Take a look at your overall financial picture. If you don't have to sell your home, don't. Hang on to it and wait out the economy. The gurus all seem to think 3 to 5 years for recovery. And depending on how upside down you are, you may be able to ride out the storm. Tighten your budget so that the ride doesn't bankrupt you. And if you can afford to, just 1 extra payment per year can take years off your overall loan. If you have an adjustable rate mortgage, making extra principal payments can reduce your mortgage payment too. Number 2, modify the loan. Talk to your current lender about a loan modification. This is the hard part. They aren't easy to get. They are a lot of work and take some time to complete, so be ready for it. But they do get approved and can significantly improve your budget. But don't get lulled into easy street. Even though you can get the payment reduced temporarily, continue to put away as much money as you can so you are ready when the modification ends. And even if you do get a long-term modification, continue to budget the long term so you can get back on your feet even if the economy doesn't. Do not, under any circumstances, pay someone to do a modification for you. These are scams out to steal your money. They don't work no matter how great they sound. Remember when your mom said, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Live by that. She was right. Number 3, short sale. If you have to sell, this is where a short sale comes into play. You've heard people talk about it. It's when you sell your home for less than what you owe on the mortgage. It can have serious tax and credit ramifications, so be sure to talk to your accountant before engaging in one. The forgiven debt, the amount the lender forgives on the loan balance, in some cases can be taxable income, or you may be exempt depending on your situation. Your accountant can guide you on that. Now for the credit problems. A short sale will have a serious negative effect on your credit for at least 2 years under current lending guidelines. Yes, it's easier on your credit than a foreclosure, but it still hurts a lot. So just know that you may end up paying higher interest rates on car loans, credit cards. You shouldn't be carrying a balance anyway, and you'll probably have to rent for a while you rebuild your credit. But it gives you a clean slate to start over. If you decide to choose this route, be sure to hire a real estate agent who has extensive experience doing short sales, or you may end up in a foreclosure anyway. It's a difficult and time-consuming process. So you need someone on your side that knows what they are doing. Number 4, last resort. Your absolute last resort is foreclosure. This will ruin your credit for at least 7 years and will have widespread consequences for future purchases for just about everything you need to finance. You will likely also end up paying higher rents and higher deposits to compensate the landlord for taking on what is considered a high-risk tenant. Some people have a lot of difficulty with the stigma attached to foreclosure. I've seen many marriages fall apart over this, so it'd be a good time to consult a counselor or your clergyman for guidance on coping with the disappointment and hardship. The goal here is to get back on your feet as quickly as you can so it doesn't snowball into something larger than life. Be proactive, know your options, and know when to cut bait when all else fails. And be sure to have your support system in place while you go through this so you can stay strong, united, and confident to put things back together. Next week, we will talk about the importance of estate planning, and you will not want to miss this. Here is your Debt-Free Squad Challenge of the Week. If you are underwater with your home, the first thing you need to do is set up a spend every penny budget. We spent 4 previous lessons helping you every step of the way to do that. You need to see where you are and where you can cut back. The second thing we feel you should do is meet with a real estate agent in your area and discuss all of the possibilities. If you are substantially underwater with your home and your outgo for housing is over 50% of your net income, then you need to think seriously about selling your home and downsizing. Yes, you've got to swallow a little pride, but the stress that will be released from your life will be unbelievable. If you have a second on the home, many banks will negotiate a payoff for much less than the amount if you are in the process of a short sale and have not been making payments. They would rather get something than nothing if you decide to go with the last resort, which is foreclosure. If you are not underwater with your home, look and see if you can refinance at a lower rate and change to a 15-year loan. From the get-go, almost half of your payment will go toward principal versus a 30-year loan where maybe 5% of the payment goes toward principal. The Debt-Free Squad feels strongly about timing it so your home is paid in full when you retire. Keep the video rolling for some great Bible verses on hope in the midst of a crisis. Thanks for joining us.